So there may be a lack of foundation at this moment, but it's in the works. I don't think this is necessarily an area where there's a lot of rushing to get things done. There's a lot of pacing, a lot of taking it easy, taking it slow, being sincere, and being genuine. And I don't think this is a process that either one of you want to rush. You guys want to take your time and really build this, which is why you guys are you're going out of your way to make this a relationship that has a solid ground to it. Now, this is the card that recognizes there is something that could be more of something else. Okay, so for instance, right, we have people here. They're struggling. They're not completely without anything. They have clothes in their back. He has stilts, for instance. Like think about that. He has things to help him walk. He's not left with completely nothing, but he could totally use more of what he's got. Now, I want to say with the Five of Pentacles that sometimes this could be the grass is greener on the other side card to me. And the same with the Six of Cups in sense, because we're looking at what we don't have. Right, we're looking at what we could have more of. But sometimes, right. But with this card too, what I was about to miss was this is also about how we can get to that, what we need to do to make this happen, or make something happen, or to get something to be in a certain circumstance. So, for instance, if this is a relationship and there isn't a lot of there's not a lot of trust, or maybe a lot of fun. This is a great card to highlight areas that you actually want to highlight. Let's see why we have this here, the World. So there has been some sort of successful completion or completion altogether in this phase in our life. Could be very difficult, could be very easy, could be very freeing, could be very opening. But the thing is that you've changed drastically from the time of this ending here. From the time you started whatever this phase was to the time it ended, you've been a completely different person. And in the sense, in that case, right, you're going to start from ground zero, but you're already going to know what you're looking for. So with that regard, you're going to continue to scour and look for something that you truly want in your life, and not settle for anything less. Like, for instance, even though you may be struggling right now, or maybe there's some things that you may desire, like maybe some food or some shelter. We're just using this as examples right now. The church is not bad to go and stop to. But I do kind of feel like that's not where you are that's not where you set your sights. You have bigger ambitions, you have bigger intention to get what you want. But it's going to take more time, and that's something that you're willing to compromise with. And I feel like the other person feels the same way. It's very beautiful. I kind of feel like this is kind of what's going on. Now, in the heart of your reading, you have the Empress. And Empress energy, that's totally your energy, Taurus. Of course, that is Venusian, so it can be Libra too. But I always see Empress as Taurus, because Taurus, you are the earth, right? You are the representation of earth, of dirt, of groundedness. And mothers are grounding. Mothers are there. They're willing to nurture you and take care of you. And the Empress is someone that creates a place where it's not only safe for her to move about, but also for her to have children. It's for her to be in a place of bliss and pleasure. This is all about pleasure for her, right? So, and that's why she's always getting knocked up, right? Some of you guys may be trying to get pregnant at this moment, or some of y'all trying to have kids. If that's not you, then that story don't apply. But the situation is this, right? With the Empress coming up, you do want to create something beautiful. You know that you have the capability and the understanding of what goes into making something beautiful, which is why I said this situation here feels like you guys know the work that needs to be done, know that there's time that's going to be needed, and are willing to sacrifice that time for settling for something small or something that's only temporary, that can only give you what you need in the moment. Now, at the same time, there's nothing wrong with that. But the fact that you're still going after a certain higher ambition, being an overachiever, you can do you as however you like, and it's not bad. That's great. But the situation with the Empress to me is that you guys know in yourself that you have what you need, or have already equipped in you to make something beautiful out of something that may not be up to par in your eyes. And it's going to take time. It's going to take nurturing. It's going to take patience, which you've already got, and you're willing to express it. Some of you guys, you've met someone beautiful. This could be someone very attractive to you. Someone that, it can sometimes indicate that this is a woman, but for those of you that may be seeing someone that's a male or something like that, this can still be someone that you find very attractive, someone that you do feel that you can settle roots into, that you can actually start creating something with, a beautiful world, to say, so to speak. So very encouraging energy here with the Empress energy. So in the past, I do feel like there was a small little hint of something, little romantic here and there, something sweet and small, nothing really huge, but it was a monumental movement in a direction that ultimately brings about someone that's super passionate. So I feel like some of you guys may have communicated something about how you felt, or maybe the other person has. They've let themselves be open with you. They've acknowledged that there's something there. It may need time to work and grow and to be something more, but for what it was in the past was just enough to get things started. And it may have been just simply something small, something feeling, something sweet, something genuine, something that doesn't have anything attached to it, right? You've grown some sort of emotion towards something, and it's growing to be something more powerful. Now, the fact that you have the Queen of Wands in your present tells me that there's someone that's definitely in your life that's passionate, that's fiery, or someone that's, definitely makes you feel like you can do anything. The Empress, she is great at creating a utopia. She's great at creating a world where people, where she finds great pleasure, an unlimited supply of abundance around her. But with the Queen of Wands, she's unstoppable. She could do anything she wants. She will do whatever she wants. And she don't have to wait for nobody. It's her choice. She's truly the queen of her world. So I feel like for those of you out here that are dealing with a fire sign, it doesn't have to be a woman. It could be a man too. But I feel like with the Queen of Wands here, this person is brought all kinds of passion, brought all kinds of fire. And I feel like what you may have been lacking, not necessarily saying that you have been lacking it, is that sense of passion, that fire. You know what I mean? Because I don't think you're lacking. I feel like you're searching for it, and you found it in someone else. It's ignited in you, because now I feel like this energy with the Queen of Wands is almost like it's kind of, you guys are exchanging some sort of energy here. There's some sort of an energy exchange. And I don't really know why I'm going there with that, because there's not a lot of exchange energy coming up except for the Justice card. But otherwise, I feel like with the Queen of Wands, you're getting something out of it. You're getting something out of it. Creativity, passion, and increasing your energy and libido, maybe even desire, lust. Like, there's something amazing from this Queen of Wands energy that's coming out of this. Let's see what else we can get from the Queen of Wands. What else is the Queen of Wands bringing to the table? Or why is the Queen of Wands coming up in the present in the first place? Let's see what's that. I'm gonna laugh if it's the Two of Cups. Okay. Is the Emperor instead is even better. As a matter of fact, the fact that this person's coming up as the Emperor, this person could be very stubborn, a little aggressive maybe, but that's nice. That's kind of attractive. They have a very masculine energy about them, but they are overall like the Don Dada. They are the alpha. They are not someone that, you can, persuade to do something other than what you want to do. But this is an aspect in yourself that you can admire, because you have that yourself, Taurus. You can be very stubborn too, but you like that this person's stubborn. You like that this person has their own way of doing things. You like that this person is like, they're solid and they're certain in themselves to some degree. And the Emperor, and I feel like with this person here, is literally the other person, is your other half. Like, you identified them as your mate, your husband or wife, your other person, your spouse, whoever this person is to you. You see this individual, the Emperor, as someone that can wield your ideas, your creativity to make things happen. Where the Empress, she is the creator, yes, but she can't get pregnant on her own. You see this person as someone that can help you to birth a utopia. And that's pretty gosh darn powerful, if I don't say so myself. So with that kind of perspective, of course, this leads you to the Two of Pentacles, where there is a lot of decisions to make. Committal decisions, practical decisions. But all these decisions kind of don't really matter as long as it's until you have decided what your heart wanted. So the Two of Pentacles can sometimes indicate that there's a lot of things that you end up juggling, a lot of things you're trying to keep the balance of. But ultimately your heart is dormant because there's so much either you have to do or so many things that you have to organize and keep the balance up. So I feel like even though this person is quite demanding and needs a lot of attention, because I kind of feel like with the Queen of Wands and the Emperor, this person's quite like, it's a very powerful energy in your life because and because of that energy, they are that demanding. This is, and I don't want to say demanding as in like they need time with you, or they're going to break up, or they're going to go crazy, or whatever. They are very demanding, but they also, I feel like some of you guys feel like this person deserves this time. Because they're willing to do things for you, right? They're opening spaces up for you. Like there's something that you feel like that you should give to them. Or this, or vice versa. But I feel like you should give that to them. Like there's something that you feel like you should give to them. And the reason why I say it is because of justice here. And then the fact that you have the lovers, excuse me, I'm not the lovers yet. But you have the Emperor and the Empress and then the Justice card. That to me looks like a wedding. That means like looks like you guys are already married. But to me, I ultimately feel, or some sort of connection, something that's unifying you in some degree. Because justice can just be unifying people, a unity, as well as it can be separation. So I feel like this is you two coming together and seeing what you guys have in common, what you guys have. Like attracts like. The act of balancing, right? And I feel like this person in your life provides some sort of seriously big balance, which is why perhaps you're trying to figure out how this person either could stay in your life, what things need to be done to do so. Let's see why you have the Two of Coins in your life, in your future. All right. See, it's the Lovers. Okay. I mean, I called it and it came out. The Lovers. All right. So this even makes it even more difficult because this is a decision that is coming up mainly because you are in love with something or love with someone. And it's not necessarily about how you can make them fit. But I feel like there may be decisions that come to mind when it comes to dedicating yourself to a relationship. And I don't think it's necessarily like whether you try to figure out whether or not this is worth pursuing or not. I honestly feel like that decision in your heart was already made. It really boils down to, do you have what you need, or do you have the patience or the willingness to go through what needs to be gone through to be a very happy relationship? You have you have everything you need to do that. Do you have that committal aspect of you ready to jump on the bandwagon? And I feel like with the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, and in the future, to me, is the mind portion of it. It's trying to weigh the pros and cons of the situation, trying to assess the value of such risk, of such investment, rather. And the heart, it's already doing its thing. It's already flowing. It's already moving. It's growing. It's like the waves are just they're moaning and waning, and they're doing the things that they do, right? They're just living. They're just being. The water is still moving, regardless of whether or not you've allowed it to or not. And that's the heart portion of the Lover's card to me, where your heart has already said, yeah, I'm in. I'm good. I know what makes me happy. But it's like, do you allow yourself to make that choice and commit to it? Now, the Knight of Pentacles, it's talking about moving slowly, taking things one step at a time. And I feel like that's what y'all are doing already. You're already taking the step slowly but surely. But I feel like instead of taking the step to do it slowly for the purposes of allowing yourself time to see whether or not this is something you want to invest your energy and time into, perhaps look for reasons, or perhaps look for the value in the other person to see, or to that look for the value that your heart is screaming at you right now. Because I feel like your heart is saying a lot more than what your mind is allowing you to connect to. Because of course, right, your mind is always going to protect you, while your heart is always going to love you purely for who you are, no matter the dangers. So I feel like, yes, take your time, take it piece by piece, but understand something, that this person is coming into your life to show you something about yourself, and perhaps even allow you to, they are not allowing you to do anything. Rather, perhaps you are showing yourself how you can allow yourself to be in love like that again. The Knight of Pentacles to me is the straight up procrastinated card sometimes. And I don't think you're procrastinating or taking things slow because you don't want to do it. It's because it means so much and you want to be careful, and it's something that you want to, you want to do your best at. You want to make sure that you can put 110%. Because Taurus, I've never heard you guys half-ass anything. Everything that you've done, everything that you ever do is always 110%. So this is one of those things too. Like I said, with this Two of Pentacles, lovers, that's not you guys trying to figure out whether or not this is something that it's worth it to you to pursue, but more of like, can you give it all that you've got? And I feel like you can, but it's about like seeing, I think this person is going to show you your best qualities. It's going to remind you of that part of yourself that has that capability of making this relationship the best that it can be, putting 110% of it in, because this person is doing that. This person is following their heart. This person is doing what feels right for them. Right now, you're taking a stance of being practical and very cautious, which is not a problem. And there's nothing wrong with taking your time and building that anticipation and growing the relationship naturally. But this person is coming from a heart space and not thinking, oh, is this worth pursuing? This person has already pursued you. This person has already done that. This person came to you to express. I feel like some of you guys, you may have expressed first, which is why the Page of Cups came out, but they've been doing a lot of the legwork from then forward. And I don't think it's a bad thing. I think you guys could, totally could use a little bit more of the receiving, especially considering like this is maybe some of you guys are going back in the dating game, right? Some of you guys are going back in the dating, and instead of rushing into it, you already have someone that's interested. But this person is showing you a part of yourself right now that you love in them, but you forgot it was in you, perhaps. Some of you guys may have not forgotten, but this person reminds you of a fiery portion of yourself that you still have to make this 100% work. But it's just believing that part of yourself at this point. You're never going to have enough facts to be able to make such a gigantic decision like this, which is why there's so much beauty and creativity, because that leaves us the mystery of figuring out what we didn't see in this. We can't see everything, Taurus, and I know you know that. And I feel like with this Knight of Pentacles coming up, yes, take your time, take it slow, do your thing. But understand too that this is not about whether or not you're capable of having a beautiful relationship, because this person is showing that you can by the fact that they're in your life right now like this. You have that capability there. It's really just about seeing if this person is right for you. If everything does line up, if you do truly share similar values, or if those values are beautiful and they're different and there's something you can accept in this person. So we talked a little bit about justice already in the external energy. I feel like with justice, just kind of one other thing I want to add to this reading is that the justice card to me kind of gives me this vibration that you guys both give each other something that you may not realize that you need. It's something karmic. I feel like there's something karmic here, especially with the Lovers now coming up, and then the fact that the Empress and the Emperor are coming up in this. This connection is very, very karmic. It speaks to me in a very, very big way. There's something about this individual that you can definitely say without a doubt already somewhat reminds you of yourself. And it has to do with something from a, like, I don't think it has something to do with a past situation, but the fact that you've completed a cycle tells me that maybe this person was a past life energy. And you guys are back together, but you're trying to recognize each other through the rubble, through the snow, through the struggle. And the fact of the matter is that you don't need to see anything. You need to feel it. So your hopes and fears of the Eight of Swords, I think that the situation is that you don't want to overthink this. You don't want to kind of feel like you kind of, are cock-blocked or anything like that. I feel like with the Eight of Swords too, though, that you don't necessarily you don't feel like there's only one way of doing something. And I feel like some of you guys may be a little afraid to commit and not be able to go back. I feel like there's some sort of really big, changes in your life that's created this part of you that you enjoy, that you're content with, that you're quite content with who you are right now. Some of you guys, if you're not, then you're working on being content, but this relationship is going to change you because the last one did, or if this is not a new relationship, this is a previous one, then this phase in your relationship, if you go down this route, it's going to change you. But this is a beautiful change that you don't see. You don't see the utopia that's lying right in front of you here with the Eight of Swords right there. Like the blindfolds on, you're tied down. You don't see the potential of great happiness in this because right now you're blindfolded. You can't see it. You're in your thoughts. You're thinking of, some of you guys may be thinking of what could go wrong, what you need to do, the responsibilities of all this, but you're not living in the moment. So some of you guys, that's not all of you, and some of you guys maybe are worried that might come up again, or maybe that happens, where you're letting your mind kind of debate with you and you let it pass you by, or something happens where you have every opportunity to just move forward with it, but your mind is overthinking. Be careful with overthinking. Be careful with overthinking. You can avoid that by being in the moment with the person that's always in the moment, the Queen of Wands. Now, the Eight of Wands is coming up, and I feel like as much as you will try to keep things in the moment and keep things pretty steady, things are going to take off quite well, quite fast. And as a matter of fact, I feel like you guys are already communicating and doing a lot of growth together that's faster than you've ever anticipated. So have fun with that. Okay, Taurus, look at this message here. All right, let's see what we got from the wisdom of the Oracle. Oh, wow, Unfinished Symphony. This straight up talks about a situation that isn't over yet, something that's not completed or something that's not done. I did raise a question when I seen the Five of Pentacles underneath the World. It's like you just started smack dab in the middle of an element right after you've completed something. So something here, some sort of similarities from some sort of past energy, some past life energy, or literally your own previous past. Your own current past, rather, in this lifetime, is reminding you of something, and it's asking you to revisit it. That's what the Unfinished Symphony usually talks about. Acknowledge that there is something to revisit and to do something differently. It reminds me a great deal of the Wheel of Fortune. And then you guys have let two become one. Woo! And I told you guys, this person brings out some energy, some aspects about yourself that you love, that you missed, that you maybe have even forgot existed sometimes. But this person is you, and you are this person. You are no different. The fact that the Lovers and the Emperor and the Empress are coming up, and then the Justice card is coming up, to me is telling me that this person is definitely your Two of Cups. You have such a strong connection with this person. It's unreal. But knowing that this connection exists can further help you to love yourself. Everything always comes back to self-love. But I feel like the two become one. This message is pretty much saying that there is no difference between you and another person. That there is truly something similar between you and this person. That you will not lose out on your individuality with this person, but you will not feel alone with this person. You will not feel alone or singled out or by yourself. You are a unit, and you are still beautiful as you are, and you can shine beautifully together as a unit. Rather than you can still shine beautifully. You shine beautifully individually, but unifying this connection. And now I'm not gonna lie, this strip is looking like a wedding now, or perhaps a proposal or a marriage or something bigger. Maybe somebody's coming in to renew some vows. Maybe this is a recurrent relationship. The passion is there, the energy is there. You guys are falling back in love with each other again, but you're doing it in a way that's meticulous, that's careful, and it has the great potency to manifest itself in such a beautiful way. Wow, Taurus.